Shar, and I single-hand my Pacific Seacraft Crealock 34. Come join our adventures on the open sea. He's going deeper now. This is a lion's mane jellyfish, and it is one of the largest known species of jellyfish.
Now he's coming.
And he gets his name from the hair-like mane of the tentacles.
Along with him there. So we're going to go for a little dinghy ride here in Mackerel Cove. We are actually in the inner anchorage. The ferry goes way over on the other side of Blue Dancer there towards the north end or the east end of the cove. And there is another anchorage over on the other side of this little point. And we're just going to go in here and see what we can find. I've heard there's mooring balls in here, but there's a mooring ball over there. There's two of them, but I think they're privately owned. And there is a mooring ball here, but I think it's a mooring, but we'll find out. And it's high tide, so I just wanted to explore before it got dark. I am planning on leaving tomorrow and working my way back towards Belfast, as I'm going to help out a friend, Jack. He's in Belfast. He needs my help for some canvas work. He's trying to put a new canvas on his tent camper. So, if this is the mooring, it's very, very small. So, not very big. I don't think it's big enough to hold a boat like mine. I would not think so. And it may be more of a lobster trap than a mooring. Who knows? Okay. So we're going to go explore. The seas were a little rough this morning. 3 feet, maybe a little better. 5 seconds. So definitely, it was from the northwest sea. So I'm kind of exposed to these winds right now, but the winds have died down now, so not as bad. It's pretty in here, man.
Mackerel Cove. It is north side of Swans Island, and it has a state-run ferry. It also has a town dock and a harbor master. It is also a good protected anchorage for lots of boaters, and I really liked it there. It wasn't real busy, and it's really kind of calm in there. It's about, if you were to go further into the cove, you can walk 2 miles over to Burnt Cove or Harbor. I'm not sure which one it is, but it is about 2-mile walk.
Can you see the little jellyfish? There's all kinds of them here. Look. There is more down towards the end of the cove. Okay, so this is what's down here towards the other end of the cove, which would probably be the northeast end. The ferry comes in over there, right in there, right there. Ferry comes in there. And so yeah, I think this building right here is kind of cool. And the bright blue roof on it and stuff. So yeah, I like it down here. Nice, some nice homes too.
Being out here, doing what I do, this is what makes it all worth it. Isn't this beautiful?
We are leaving Mackerel Cove, and the wind is starting to pick up, so I might be able to sail here. I'm ready to go if I need to pull up the sails. A lot of boats are over here on this other anchorage of Mackerel Cove. Lots of them. So, yeah. There's only one other boat where I was. Most of the time I was by myself where I was, so I guess people don't like to go in that one. But this one does have a prettier view of Mount Desert Island. And we're going to go by Asia and Orono Island, which is on the other side of Swans Island right here. Okay, so that is normally where I kind of anchored before. Asia Island over there, Orono Island right there, and Swans Island right here. And there is such a lot of traps in here. And it's a little crazy. So we gotta watch out for them and watch the depth. But there is a boat out there, a sailboat. It's like a tall ship of some sort. Yeah. I see the mooring ball out there, but it is littered with lots of traps out there. But it's a good place to watch seals.
Yo, 543 Bravo, y'all. This is USS Garno.
Yeah. My friend Carolyn and her husband were staying there a couple years ago, and I come to visit them on my dinghy from where I was anchored right across here, where I had showed you previously. So, and I just dinghied across to go visit them. Had a nice visit. And Orono Island, looks like they got their docks up on the land here. So it sure is beautiful in here. day I was here, it was foggy. It was so foggy. It was like, I don't know if I can find where you're staying at, Caroline, because it's so foggy, but I did. And we'll be coming up around to Mackerel Cove or Mackerel Harbor Island. And a lot of people stay here in this cove on the other side here. Quite a few sailboats out, so I went ahead. Wind picked up a little bit, kind of going in my favor. I diverted my course just a little bit. We'll come around the backside of these islands up here instead of on the front. Go in between them. And it's a beautiful day. Look. Oh, my head sail's kind of wonky. Anyways, so yeah, we are sailing. Yay! Woohoo! So yeah, and yeah, it's good. I'm happy. Are you happy? It's a great day, right? It's a wonderful day. And we're right in the area where there's not as many. I've kind of gone through the whole mess of lobster traps, and of course I'm sailing, so it's not as bad as long as we don't get tangled up on a toggle one. So yeah, we're headed that way to McGlathery Island. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right. It's McGlathery, I think. So McGlathery Island, and so beautiful. Yes, Maine sail's looking good. We like it. Yes. So yeah, what a beautiful day. It's only in the 60s, guys. It's not very warm, so it's only in the 60s. I think it's barely above 62 maybe out here. A little roly-poly, but that's doable. Not bad. So the islands that we are looking at are Merchants Row Islands. That's where we're coming up. And so it is nice. And the big island that way, I think, is Isle of Hope. And I was going to go there, but it'd be on the wrong side for the southwesterly winds, that prevailing summer winds that come up here. And so it's supposed to get a little salty tomorrow. So I'm going to be on the back side of an island on the north side and hopefully block some of that wind. And of course, there may be everybody else thinking that too. So I may end up going to Merchants Island if I can't find an anchorage in here. Which is probably, I don't know, half hour away from where I'm going today. Maybe 45 minutes. You were sailing on the tails. Mine are not quite doing. They're not. Oh, they're kind of happy, off and on. But I also want to be pointed in the direction of pretty much where I'm going, so I don't have to correct the course too much. So as long as I'm moving, I'm happy. We're doing pretty good. I think we're doing probably close to 4. Those sailboats over there, there, and the one that passed in front of me, which you didn't get to see that, but they're sailing downwind because the wind is coming from here. Okay, and they're kind of sailing downwind. A good broad reach. They're not doing wing on wing, but they are on a broad reach. I just can't get over it. It's so pretty today, and it's so nice. Ah, it is so nice, guys. Whew. This is what you live for. You live for this. This is the way I wish the whole bay was clear of lobster traps. There's a few out here, but there's not a mess of them. They like to get on the ledges or where there's a little bit shallow area. So, but we love our lobstermen. I just don't like the lobster traps. We love them though. Good lobsters. Wow, yes, Maine has probably one of the best lobsters that I know of. They have good scallops too. Yeah, I haven't had my mess of scallops yet. Okay, I'm probably going to goof this up again, but I think it's McGlathery Island. So, I will spell it out. But I have arrived, or I arrived probably over an hour and a half ago, or better. I'm kind of a little iffy about it here, but we'll see how it goes. Kind of protects you a little bit from the southwest winds. But was 2 boats in here. One's a power boat up there, and then there's a sailboat over there. And I might let out more chain to get past them, but I'm afraid if the wind changes directions, it's gonna be more into them. So I don't know. I'm just sitting here playing with it. I haven't put my bridle on yet, the chain, so we'll see how it looks after a bit. And I'll either let out a little bit, put the bridle on. So, it's such a gorgeous day though. I am gonna take a shower. So yeah. It is such a pretty view right there. It's like a window frame, picture frame window view. And there is probably some kayakers on the island. Not supposed to be camping on it, but I don't know. Not on this island that I know of. So, yeah. But it is pretty. It is a little windy still. It gets a little roly-poly when the lobster boats go by. There's a big house up there on the island over there. Not sure what that island's name is right now. But this is Merchant's Row. All these islands in here from this point towards Stonington, they're all kind of part of the Merchants Row Islands. And most of them are within the heritage, Maine heritage protection of islands, or trust of islands. So you just got to be careful. It's deeper over here than on the other side, but where I'm at, but you got rocks, so I am not always the best one for judging how close I am to something. So I just kind of came in and up that way to the right of that boat, kind of angled in there, and then dropped my anchor. But I was in, at low tide, I was in 24 feet of water. So 21 feet. Yeah, 21 feet of water. So tide will probably be 8 feet here. Yeah. So pretty though, it really is. And you can still see Mount Desert Island in between, between the two islands there. So that's sort of the direction I came from, is over that way.
McGlathery Island is 140 acres, and it is part of the Merchant Row, and it is also part of the Heritage, Maine Heritage Islands, which allows the public to go on the islands. And it also is a protected anchorage. So we are waiting out a storm here, is the plan. So it's near Stonington and the Isles of Haut in the Gulf of Maine. I leave you with a beautiful sunset, and thanks for watching. And please come back. We love you.